time. Since the dawn of civilization, humans have sought to measure it, track it, and display it. But some have taken this pursuit to extraordinary heights. From London's iconic Big Ben to the towering spires of Venice, clock towers have dominated city skylines for centuries. But none of them come close to what Saudi Arabia built in the heart of Mecca, a $16 billion marvel that would forever change the skyline of Islam's holiest city. But before we get there, let's take a journey through some of the world's most remarkable timepieces, each with its own fascinating story to tell. Don't forget to show your support by giving this video a like and subscribe to the channel. Together, we can continue creating amazing content. Number 1. Bromo Seltzer Arts Tower. Our first stop takes us to Baltimore, Maryland, where an unusual tower rises above the city streets. The Bromo Seltzer Arts Tower stands 88 meters tall, a peculiar monument to headache medicine. Built in 1911, this tower was the brainchild of Isaac Edward Emerson, the inventor of Bromo Seltzer headache remedy. Inspired by the Palazzo Vecchio in Florence, Emerson wanted more than just an office building. He wanted a landmark that would serve as a giant advertisement for his product. And what an advertisement it was! The tower's 4 clock faces replaced traditional numbers with the letters BROMOSELTZER. But the real showstopper sat at the top, a 51-foot blue bottle that rotated and glowed so brightly it could be seen from 20 miles away. Today, the bottle's long gone, removed in 1936 over structural concerns. But the tower's found new life as an artist's haven, its historic walls now housing studios where creativity flows as freely as Bromo Seltzer once did. Number 2. Peace Tower. Our next stop takes us to Canada's capital, where the Peace Tower rises 92 meters above Parliament Hill. But this isn't just any clock tower, it's a monument to peace and remembrance. Built in 1927, the tower commemorates Canada's sacrifice in World War I. Its carillon, a set of 53 bells weighing a total of 54 tons, was commissioned to mark the armistice of 1918. The largest bell, known as the Borden, weighs over 10,000 kilograms and strikes the note of E. The smallest, just 4.5 kilograms, playing a high A. Together, they create one of North America's finest carillons. The tower's flagpole holds special significance as Canada's national flagpole. Every flag that flies here is eventually given to a Canadian citizen, though the waiting list is currently 42 years long. Number 3. Big Ben. Speaking of iconic towers, none is more recognizable than London's Big Ben. Standing 96 meters tall, this Victorian masterpiece has kept time for the British capital since 1859. But its story begins much earlier, in a city desperate for renewal. You see, in 1834, a catastrophic fire destroyed most of the old Palace of Westminster. From these ashes would rise not just a new Parliament building, but a tower that would become the very symbol of British democracy. Its construction was a triumph of 19th century engineering. The clock was designed by Edmund Beckett Denison, who created a revolutionary gravity escapement mechanism that gave the clock unprecedented accuracy. Even today, Big Ben is accurate to within 2 seconds per week. And here's a quirky detail: they adjust its accuracy by adding or removing old pennies from the pendulum. Each penny causes Big Ben to gain 0.4 seconds per day. Through 2 world wars, Big Ben stood as a symbol of British resilience. Number 4. St. Mark's Clock Tower. Now let's sail to Venice, where the St. Mark's Clock Towers watched over the city's main square for over 500 years. Rising 98.6 meters above the bustling Piazza San Marco, this Renaissance marvel is more than just a timekeeper. It's a masterpiece of engineering and artistry. Built in 1499, the tower stands at a crucial junction, the gateway between Venice's political heart and its commercial arteries. But what makes this clock truly special is its astronomical display. Beyond just telling time, it tracks the phases of the moon and the zodiac signs. And twice a year, during Ascension Week and Epiphany, an elaborate mechanical show unfolds as statues of the 3 wise men emerge to bow before the Virgin Mary. Venetian legend claims the clock was so beautiful that the Doge had its creator blinded to prevent him from building another. The truth is less dramatic, but equally fascinating. The clockmakers became the tower's first caretakers, beginning a tradition that continues to this day. Number 5. Joseph Chamberlain Memorial Clock Tower. In Birmingham, England, stands a tower that takes us from the realm of commerce and politics to the world of academia. The Joseph Chamberlain Memorial Clock Tower, affectionately known as Old Joe, soars 100 meters into the sky, making it the world's tallest freestanding clock tower. The year was 1900. Birmingham was at the height of its industrial power, and Joseph Chamberlain, the university's first chancellor, had a vision. He wanted to create a tower that would not just tell time, but inspire generations of students, a tower that would rival the great campaniles of Europe. So, between 1900 and 1908, Old Joe was modeled after the Torre del Mangia in Siena. Its construction was a feat of engineering, built from the inside out without scaffolding, using red Accrington brick that tapers as it rises. The tower's foundations extend a staggering 100 meters below ground to ensure stability. Today, Old Joe remains the heart of the University of Birmingham's campus. There's even a student superstition that walking beneath the tower when it chimes brings bad luck in exams. Number 6. Makkah Royal Clock Tower. But now we come to something entirely different. Something that dwarfs all these towers in both size and ambition. Welcome to Mecca, where the Makkah Royal Clock Tower soars 601 meters into the Saudi Arabian sky. This isn't just a clock tower. It's a statement of architectural audacity, engineering prowess, and spiritual significance. Built at an estimated cost of $16 billion, this colossus houses the world's largest clock face, 35 times the size of Big Ben. But building it presented unique challenges that pushed engineering to its limits. For starters, the construction site was literally across the road from the Kaaba, Islam's holiest site. Every year, up to 3 million Muslims perform the Hajj pilgrimage here, circling the Kaaba 7 times. Building a skyscraper in this congested, spiritually significant location required unprecedented care and precision. But here's where it gets really interesting. The tower wasn't originally planned to be this tall. When the decision came to extend its height and add the massive clock, half the building was already completed. The engineers faced a seemingly impossible challenge: how to add more height without exceeding the foundation's weight limit of 82,000 tons. For comparison, Shanghai Tower, at a similar height, weighs 575,000 tons. The solution? They looked to history, specifically to Gustave Eiffel's revolutionary design for the Eiffel Tower. Using high-strength steel and concrete, they created a framework structure that grew more slender as it rose, like a tree reaching for the sky. But the clock itself presented even bigger challenges. How do you build clock hands 23 and 17 meters long that won't blow away in high winds? The solution was carbon fiber. Lightweight, yet strong enough to be cantilevered out over the massive clock face. Inside the clock hands, there's enough space for maintenance workers to walk. They're perfectly balanced with counterweights, creating a mechanism that's both robust and precise. At night, the clock face is illuminated by 1 million LED lights, visible from 25 kilometers away. But this isn't just about telling time. It's about establishing a new time standard for the Islamic world. The clock is designed to establish Mecca time as an alternative to Greenwich Mean Time, allowing Muslims worldwide to synchronize their prayer times and religious observations with unprecedented precision. Today, the Makkah Royal Clock Tower stands as not just a timepiece or a hotel, but as a symbol of engineering achievement and spiritual significance. Its 76 elevators and 15,000 bronze panels serve both modern luxury and ancient tradition. From a modest headache remedy advertisement in Baltimore to this towering marvel in Mecca, clock towers have evolved far beyond simple timekeeping. They stand as monuments to human ingenuity, ambition, and our endless fascination with measuring the moments of our lives. But the Makkah Royal Clock Tower represents something more, a bridge between ancient traditions and modern engineering, between spiritual timekeeping and architectural ambition. It reminds us that even in our digital age, these magnificent structures continue to capture our imagination and mark the passage of time in spectacular ways. If you've enjoyed this journey through time and architecture, don't forget to show your support by giving this video a like and subscribe to the channel. Together, we can continue creating amazing content that explores the world's most extraordinary structures. Until next time.